Today I'm going to show you how to crochet the Tunisian purl stitch. The Tunisian purl stitch is also known as the purl stitch technique. Is a common variation of the basic Tunisian stitch. It looks like little rows of bumps, and this also starts with a normal basic simple stitch row of Tunisian. It's a nice stitch. It looks the same, almost the same in both sides. On this side you've got the bumps, and in this one you've got little zigzag bumps. It's a nice stitch to make jerseys or a nice baby blanket. It's nice and thick, and it's quite easy to make. Let's start. I started this row, this pattern, with 16 stitches, 16 chain stitches as my foundation row. And because any Afghan stitch require you to pull up loops through your existing stitches, I'm going to pull up loops in my foundation row. And you're going to start counting the stitches directly from the loop on your hook. So I've got 16 stitches here, and I'm going to pull up 16 loops. I'm not going to start with that one because that is where my first loop is. So we're going to start in the second one, and we're going to pull up the loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And remember to keep your tension of all your loops the same. There mustn't be one that's bigger or tighter than the previous one. So just make sure all your loops is the same tension when you pull them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now the purl stitch starts exactly as the Tunisian simple stitch, or the Afghan foundation stitch. So we're going to go back now. We're going to go pull up your yarn over your hook and go through the first one, and then the rest of the row we're going to yarn over your hook and pull through 2 until we get to the end. This is the normal simple stitch in Tunisian, and that's how this purl stitch also starts. Now for the next row, we're going to start with the purl stitch pattern. As you can remember with my previous video, I showed that the normal Tunisian simple stitch, you take your hook and you pull it through, or you put it through the front loop of your previous row. You take your yarn and you pull up a loop. That's a normal simple stitch in Tunisian. But now for the purl stitch, we're going to take the yarn and we're going to bring it to the back, or to the front. Then we're going to take our hook, pull it through that loop of the previous row. Then you take your yarn and you're going to bring it around your hook from the back, like that, and then you're going to pull it through the loop. Let me show you again. You're going to take your yarn to the front. You can keep it there on this side. Then you're going to pull your hook through the loop of your previous row. You're going to take your yarn back from in the front over your hook from the back, and then you're going to pull it through the previous row's loop. There you go. So you're going to go, put your yarn in the front, put your hook through the loop of the previous row, take your yarn, curl it around your hook from the back, and then I like to keep it with my thumb there, and you pull it through your hook, or your loop, your yarn to the front, put your hook in your loop, take your yarn, curl it around your hook from the back, and pull it through the yarn. So let me show you this whole row, because once you mastered this, you've got the purl stitch, and you won't forget it. I'll show you nice and slow. And still, the big secret of Tunisian is keep your tension the same, and your stitches will look the same, and it will be nice and neat. There you can see that your purl stitch is starting to look like the purl stitch in knitting, because Tunisian is 50% crochet and 50% knitting. That's what makes Tunisian so unique. You yarn in front, put your hook through the loop, the front loop, yarn around your hook from the back, keep your loop with your thumb there, and pull it through the loop. And that's basically what you're going to do for the purl stitch. A nice stitch, and not difficult once you mastered it. It's like the simple stitch. Once you've got it, you've got it. To the front, hook in the loop, curl it up from the back around your hook, and there you go. Whichever way you want to. Now we almost finished, and I like for the nice border, I like this to make the normal simple stitch there in the last one, so you can just pull your loop, your hook through the 2 loops, make sure you've got all 2 loops, and you can just make the normal stitch there, and there you go. You can see in the back and the front. Now the next row is just the normal way going back. Hook around your yarn around your hook through the first loop, there you go, yarn over, and you just go back like you did in the previous back row. You know, Tunisian always work in 2 rows, all patterns, from right to left and then from left to right, and that's your pattern. Just get my yarn there, and you just go on until you get to the end. And once you're here, you're just going to go and do this purl stitch again. Every row is going to be like that. Yarn to the front, you pull up your, pull up your first loopy, there it is, yarn around, yarn to the front, hook through the loop, yarn curl up from the back over your hook, and you go through the loop. This is the basic purl stitch. I hope you learned something today. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment or a question in the comments below. And please like my videos. I'll see you again. Happy crocheting.